Janice, are you analytical by any chance?
I pay a close attention to detail, yeah.
No. Okay,
I'm very analytical.
I have a question.
Sure.
An analytical person in a marriage. How does that affect the dynamics of a marriage? Like you and Jeff are married, right?
Yes.
Okay, how does an analytical personality on your side affect Jeff's relationship with you on that side?
Well, he's analytical as well. So Jeff is, we're both analytical.
So does that work well? Do you guys butt heads? Do you disagree? When you come to a disagreement, do you analyze like crazy, or do you follow one? Or?
You know, we rarely ever butt heads. We're pretty good. We get along so well. And I think that part of the key to that is being analytical. So we analyze our own behavior and we take ownership for it, and try not to blame the other for their behavior. So he can be responsible for his behavior. I can be responsible for mine. It's up to me to analyze mine. It's not up to me to analyze his. So if I sit here and I analyze mine, then I can take ownership, and that helps him to keep a soft heart towards me.
So how do you get to that point? Jeff, how do you get to that point? Well, what she just described. I mean, you guys are very rarely butt heads, but how do you get to the point where you both are gifted with the analytical side and can make that work?
Well, for me, it took a lot of work. I'm
glad you said that.
Yep, I was one that the tendency was in conflict. I would withdraw. I would cut the conversation off, and I would just withdraw into my own shell. And I did a lot of work, and I still try to do a lot of work on myself to not do that. That if there's a problem, if there's some type of conflict, I really want to see that through to some type of resolution. And Janice mentioned keeping a soft heart, and that's really the key to the whole thing. And a big thing for me during misunderstandings or any kind of conflict is to clarify, and because I hear what I think she says, I hear what I think Janice says, but instead of hearing what I think she's saying, I go back to her and say, "Is this what you said?" Because
I like that. It's called
this is what I'm hearing, but it may not be what she's actually saying.
Yeah, that's so
exactly,
true.
and that can actually cause a lot of problems when we think we understand what the other person says, but we don't necessarily. So that's why analyzing ourselves is so important, without having to analyze the other person. So if there's something that you're not sure about, then it's a good idea to clarify, to ask for clarification. It takes a lot of work on both of our parts, so it's not just him.
I'll bet it does.
It takes a lot of self-awareness, and I think there was a point that you made earlier. I can't remember exactly what you said, but I really wanted to butt in and say something in response, and now I can't remember what it was you said.
It'll come. But I wanted to clarify something. You said with a soft heart.
That's exactly.
Now,
sorry.
for men. Anything with a soft heart, they want to shy away from it. I think, and they contribute it to weakness, don't they? So can you explain that? So.
That's a big challenge, because I think for men today, the prevailing idea is that men are men, and men are supposed to be tough, and that men are leaders, with leader meaning I'm the one that's in control, and I'm the one that kind of
dominating.
Dominates the family, and everybody else falls under me. So why should I have a soft heart if somebody else messes up? They should recognize that they messed up and admit it to me.
Yeah.
And that
so
totally
true?
goes against the idea of the man having a soft heart towards others. And in coaching, I especially working with men or working with anybody would like to assist them in changing that kind of mindset or changing that paradigm to really see that a leader really does or really should have that soft heart towards others, and would go a long way towards reconciliation.
Yeah, that would be
in
my
marriage.
next question. How can you be a leader and still have a soft heart? And I think you can, but it's a different mindset. You have to paint a different mental picture. Am I right or am I wrong on that?